I will show you 5 Unity tips which I used every day when developing my game. You might find it useful and it might speed up your productivity and help you develop your game. If you want to help support this channel, hit the subscribe button below this video, turn on notification so you will not miss any future episode I release. Okay, so let's get started. If you have any visual issue in your game and you want to debug your game frame by frame, use the step button to go to the next frame. This is particularly useful when you want to see your animation. So when I press this gear icon, I can just pause it and use this step button to actually step over the frames and see exactly how the animation is executing. For the larger game, sometimes the asset folder can grow very quick, and finding the certain item in your game can be problematic. You can use the search box to ease this process. You can search the item by name, or you can search the item by type. If you want to find specific type in your game, you can go to the right hand side, select this icon, search by type. You can select the type you are interested in. So let's say I want to find all of the textures, and then Unity will automatically find all of the texture available in your project. You can also search by more than one type. So for example, I want to search for the textures and then sprites. I can hold down the Control key on my keyboard and select the type I am interested in. So let's say I want to select the sprites and the scenes. Once I'm happy with my search, I can save my search for later use. I can press this star icon, and under the favorites, my search result will be saved. So let's give it a name, my search. So as you see, I have some more saved, but those saves are created by Unity by default. So if I select all materials, I have the all materials selected. If I go back to my search, I can see all of the results I've been searching for. So this might be useful if you want to locate any particular item in your project. So as you know, Unity displays all of the public fields and private serialized field in the inspector, but sometimes you may end up in the situation where you want to see the private variables from your class without switching to Visual Studio. You can do that by using the Debug Inspector. You can go to the top right corner and select these 3 dots and switch to the debug. So once you do that, you will see all of the private variables from your classes. So I have my instance ID, the local identifier in file. So those one are the private fields in the class. And this also works for the standard Unity components. So as you see in my rect transform, I have some more variables available for me at this point. If you want to go back to the standard inspector, you can go to the 3 dots and switch back to normal. In the latest release of the Unity has introduced very useful features. So now if you want to copy any object or copy the specific part of the object to another object, you can use multiple inspector window. So you can open one object in the inspector, you can lock the inspector, you can right click on another object and select the properties. So the properties for this object will be displayed in another inspector window, which you can dock, and then you can copy the variables you like from one object to the other, and you can do that as many times as you wanna. So I can select another object, for example writings, properties, and I have another window. And of course I can dock it. I can also dock it. And in this way you can easily see all of the variables from different components and copy over the values. So as you know, Unity provides you with few different layouts to choose from. So in the top right corner you have the layout dropdown, and you can select any of the layout available. You have the default one, you have the tall, 4 split, but sometimes you may end up in the situation where you want to work with multiple tools and create your custom layout. So I can delete the scenes. I can also delete the hierarchy, and an inspector, and let's say I want to bring up my game. I want to dock it on the side. Let's actually reset the aspect ratio, and then I want to also bring the animation window, and I want to dock it on the side. Over here. Okay, so in this way I can work with multiple tools, and then let's say I want to go back to my default layout to change something in a hierarchy without bringing the hierarchy window back. So I can save this layout by going to the drop down again and hit the save layout, or you can also save layout to the file to use it across multiple projects. You can also load layout from the file or delete the layout, and then you can select which layout you want to delete. So if I hit the save layout, I can name it my layout. Now I can go back to any of the default layout. So let's say I will select the default, and if I go back to my layout, I have back all my windows. So this might be a useful thing if you want to work with the custom tools or adjust your game or even create some animation, and you don't want to mess up with any of the default layout or reposition your windows. So that's it, what I have prepared for you today. If you have any other tip which might be useful, or if you end up using any of this tip from this video, please leave me a comment below this video. Again, if you like this episode, leave a like and consider subscribing to this channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.